Good morning to all of you. This is Dr. Pallavi Gupta. Today I will discuss let error of judgment under healthcare law. I will cover the topic introduction, types of error, what is the standard of care, error of judgment or negligence, several or different case laws which says that error of judgment or not amounting to negligence. Regarding introduction, in medical negligence cases, courts define negligence as failure of a medical practitioner to exercise the degree of care and skill of the average medical practitioner or doctor who practices taking into account the advances in profession and resources available to the healthcare provider or medical practitioner. So, the type of error or mistake. The error of doctor can be called a mistake or a fault or even an oversight or a blunder. There are two main types of mistake that a doctor can make: an error of judgment or an error in taking or carrying out the treatment. An error in judgment is like a mental mistake. This can occur, for example, when doctor thinks about how to treat a patient and then select the wrong option. In contrast to the mental mistake of an error of judgment, an error in carrying out the patient's treatment is more like a physical mistake. An example of such error in carrying out a patient's treatment would be a surgical mistake, such as surgeon severing a blood vessel during the operation of hernia. As everyone know, in the operation of hernia there is no chance of severing the blood vessel. If surgeon do, in that case surgeon may be uh, surgeon will be held liable for this. So here if you see, these two words are saying what is the meaning of error, what include in error. It's a mistake, it's a poor judgment, or it's a oversight error. So many things are there. An error of judgment on the part of doctor can be excused and a reasonable degree of care and skill is expected. But if the person professes to be a specialist in a particular field and the highest degree of skill is argued, a doctor was not to be held negligent simply because something went wrong. He was not liable for mischance or misadventure or for one opinion rather than another. He was only liable when he fell below the standard of reasonably competent practitioner in the field of so much so that his conduct might be deserving the senses or inexcusable. In this lecture, I will explain why a medical professional against whose his act is alleged negligence action are not always necessarily to consider medical negligence under the law. While an advanced medical opinion outcome may be the result of negligence, but it is always negligent. Rather, medical negligence can always be said to be occur when an error is shown to have breached the standard of care and the causes the injury to the patient. Regarding what is standard of care, in the medical practices, the standard of care is the level of treatment a reasonable, competent medical practitioner would be expected to provide any other patient facing similar circumstances. Many factors come into play when the legal system is asked to decide if the standard of care has been breached in a given case. In determining the appropriate standard of care, the type of medical services being provided, the specialization of training and experience of the medical practitioner, and even the location where the treatment is taking place may be considered. If you see this figure that at the time of situation, doctor considers several things to take a patient for the treatment or during the diagnosis. Error of judgment, whether it is negligence or not. In every field of medicine, there are several rules and guidelines to follow as care is administered by a medical practitioner to a patient. Although these guidelines are designed to provide a relatively uniform level of care and treatment based on current research and best practices, trained medical professionals must often rely on their own judgment when deciding both the type of treatment to administer and when to administer. Many factors may be maybe factor may be considered by the practitioner as he or she consider the appropriate course of action. If the medical practitioner ultimately errs in deciding when and how to act and the patient suffers serious harm as a result, the question will be asked whether in the same circumstances would another reasonably competent medical practitioner possessing the same information have come to the same conclusion or made a similar error. The factor, for example, the factor for example, the availability of the medical history of the patient, the details in such a history, inconclusive, inconclusive test result, and matter of urgency, etc., may come into picture when a court of law is asked to determine if the action or non-action of a medical profession would have been made by another reasonably competent practitioner presented with the same circumstances. It would be unfair to hold doctor and other medical practitioners to the standard of perfection. Rather, they are bound to exercise the degree of care and skill which could reasonably be expected of a normal, prudent practitioner of the same experience and standing. If a medical practitioner presents himself as a specialist, a higher degree of skill is required. In comparison to that one who does not profess to be so qualified by special training and ability, but they must satisfy their professional obligation to provide an honest and intelligent exercise of judgment. An error of judgment in itself is not equal to negligence. Negligence is more likely to be deemed to be occurred if the error of judgment was an act of unskillfulness or careless or due to lack of knowledge. There are several case laws on the clinical judgment or error of judgment which says that it does not always amount to negligence. Whether an error of judgment amount to negligence depend upon circumstances of each case. Let us take first the case of White House versus Jordan, where the Lord Fraser delivered the while delivering the judgment, he observed that merely to describe something as an error of judgment tells us nothing about whether it is negligent or not. The true position is that an error may or may not be negligent. It depends upon nature of error. House of Hall, House of Lord held the House of Lord held that the liability of doctors depend on the nature of error. If the nature of error is one that would have been made by a reasonably competent professional man professing to have the standard and type of skill and the doctor held himself out as a having and acting with ordinary care, then it is a negligence. If, on the other hand, the error is made by a man acting with ordinary care might have made, then error is not a negligence. So in this case, White House versus Jordan case, House of Lord held there are two type of error. In one type of error, doctor may not be held liable, and while in another kind of error, doctor may be held liable. So you see, this is the picture of House of Lord, where the case that decided. And under this lecture, I will discuss several case law. White House that I have already discussed. Maynard versus West Midland Regional Health. Dr. T.N. Subramaniam, Professor V. Krishna Rao, Jacob Matthew, Martin F. D'Souza, Malay Kumar Ganguly, Kusum Sharma, and the Ram Avatar Garg case. Now, in the next case, Maynard versus West Midland Regional Health. In this case, what happened? Two consultant decided to give the treatment for the Hodgkin disease. When patient approached to consultant, They decided there may be the chest uh, complaint which the patient disclosed to the consultant that he is suffering with chest complaint, and doctor two consultant thought that it may be due to the tuberculosis or Hodgkin disease. Here, the consultant decided to perform an operation to determine whether she was suffering for Hodgkin disease before obtaining the result test of the tuberculosis. As a result of the operation, the plaintiff suffered damage to a severe affecting her vocal cord, which caused her speech to be impaired. The diagnosis of the tuberculosis was confirmed subsequently. The allegation against the doctor was made here that they had been negligent in deciding to carrying out the operation before obtaining the result of tuberculosis test. The House of Lords did not hold the consultant negligent for committing error of judgment in taking the decision to operate on the patient, because the decision to undertake the operation of the patient was in accordance with the responsible body of medical opinion. Where a case is based on the allegation that a fully considered decision of two consultants in the field of their special skills was negligent, it is enough to show that it is enough to show that there is a body of competent professional opinion which considered that there was a wrong decision. If there also exists a body of professional opinion equally competent which support the decision as reasonable in the circumstances. Meaning thereby, if there are differences of opinion, if one group of opinion favors the doctor, in that case, doctors act in a particular case, in that case, this error of judgment will not be held liable. And in the NT Subramaniam versus VK Krishna Rao case, uh, here the case was filed under the Consumer Protection Law, and the under the Consumer Protection Law, and it is of the view that the doctor cannot be found to be negligent merely because in a matter of opinion made a error of judgment. A medical practitioner is not liable to be held negligent simply because things went wrong. Something went wrong from mischance or miscalculation or misadventure, or though an error of judgment in choosing one reasonable course of treatment in preference to another. If doctor opt one opinion, he will not be held liable to for not opting the other opinion. As in the Zakam Matthew K versus State of Punjab, this is the case which was filed under the criminal law under section 304A of the Indian Penal Code. And here the patient was admitted in the hospital in emergency for breathing complaint, and doctor reached to the patient in 10-15 minutes, and they have given the oxygen by cylinder, but the cylinder was empty, and much time has been taken to arrange the cylinder, and other doctor came late, and by that time the patient died. The case was filed against the doctor for negligence, not for breach of duty, and the act of the doctor was rash and negligent. So in this case, Supreme Court cited the decision of White House case and held that a medical practitioner cannot be found guilty of negligence merely because in a matter of opinion he made error of judgment. Doctor won't be liable for taking and adopting one course of treatment, whereas the other course of treatment might have been preferable. Although in this case, the Supreme Court says that doctor won't be liable for the negligence of the hospital to make the arrangement of the cylinder. So it is not the question mark on the skill and the knowledge of the doctor. So doctor cannot be held liable. And in the case of Martin F. D'Souza Marin F. D'Souza case, Supreme Court reiterated the principle which were stated in the Jacob Matthew case. In this case, in this case, um, patient made the complaint of the deafness because of negligence of the doctor in administration of the overdue of a amican injection. On appreciation of the evidence, on appreciation of the evidence, the Supreme Court given the direction to the Consumer Court and Criminal Court to follow before issuing notice to the doctor in medical negligence, and the doctor was not held liable. Uh, Here, I would like to just share the things that the attitude mm, of the judiciary was that to save the doctors, as there was a series of the cases against the doctor, so they want to save the doctors, not to held liable criminal, and this says that before if consumer court or criminal court find any complaint, then they have to first verify it. They should give some notice to the doctors not to go to arrest them directly immediately. So they have given the direction to the Supreme Court and sorry to criminal court and consumer court to follow some notice, although the doctor was not held liable in this case. In Malay Kumar Ganguly versus Sukumar case, in this case, the apex court held that the charge of professional negligence on a medical practitioner is a serious act, and it affects his personal status and reputation, and as such the burden of proof would be more onerous. The mistake in diagnosis is not necessarily a negligent diagnosis. A doctor cannot be held liable, cannot be held guilty only because something has went wrong. He also cannot be held liable for mischance or misadventure or an error of judgment in making a choice when two options are not available. As in the case of Kusum Sharma versus Batra Hospital, uh, here the Supreme Court cited the observation of the Lord Sidley in Hunter versus Hurley case of 1995 and enumerated the principle to be followed by deciding whether medical profession is guilty of medical negligence. uh, uh, Although I will just mention few guidelines here, that in the realm of diagnosis and treatment, there is a scope for genuine differences of opinion, and one professional doctor is clearly not negligent merely because his conclusion differs from that of the other professional doctor. The negligence to be established by the professional must be culpable or gross, and not the negligence merely based on an error of judgment. To constitute the offense, negligence is essential ingredient, as everyone know. A medical practitioner who would be liable only where his conduct fell below the standard, meaning thereby to constitute the offense of negligence, medical negligence has to prove, and for that medical practitioner has to prove that he has not taken standard of care which is prescribed. In Ram Avatar Garg versus Medical Council of India, in this case, a girl, girl child who was patient admitted in a Holy Family Hospital in emergency with the complaint that she is sick of for 3 months with a history of losing weight, recurrent vomiting, and abdominal pains for the last 15 days, and that day she has not passed the urine. She was admitted and taken care by the resident doctor at that time, and he diagnoses on the examination, or certain the certain treatment was given, prescribed in casualty to be started just after admission of that uh, child. On clinical examination of the child and history given, provisional diagnosis was noted as failure to cry with recurrent vomiting and moderate dehydration. The patient had three cardiac arrest within 2 days. And although doctor tried to revive her with manually, but she could not, and she died. A complaint was made by the respondent in Delhi Medical Council against the doctor for negligence and not taking uh, due care of the child. And DMC examined the complaint of Mr. M.K. Gupta and doctors. Therefore, they have passed the order that Dr. R.K. Garg and Dr. Sachin Jain failed to exercise reasonable degree of care, knowledge and care in the treatment of the deceased child, and issued warning to Dr. A.K. Garg and Sachin Jain. If complaint appeal was filed in the Medical Council of India, and then case went to court, and this the court was having the opinion that medical practitioner is not liable to have negligence simply because things went wrong from mischance or misadventure or through an error of judgment in choosing one reasonable course of treatment in preference to another. And finally, it was held that in holding this decision, Supreme Court observed that no sensible doctor would intentionally amount an act or omission which would which would result in harm or injury to the patient, since his profession reputation would be at stake. A doctor faced with an emergency uh, ordinarily tries his best to redeem the patient out of his suffering. He does not gain anything by acting with negligence or by omitting to do an act. So, just to say that something went wrong, there is two, and there is a differences of opinion on a particular case. He has not opted there is two differences of opinion. He has opted one. He has not opted the another one, which could be referable. On the basis of this, doctor should not be held liable. And it is said that the doctor is often called upon to adopt a procedure which involves higher element of risk, but which he honestly believes at providing greater chance of success for the patient, rather than a procedure involving lesser risk but higher chance of failure. So the standard of care has to be judged in the light of knowledge available at the time of incident and not at the date of trial. So on the basis of that, unless and until doctor is fall below the standard, the doctor cannot be held liable. The next topic for the discussion is gross negligence. So today I have discussed what is the error of judgment, several case laws, and whether the error of judgment will be considered as negligent or not. That normally it is not considered negligence, because the doctor he just is the doctor's duty is to take care of the patient, and if he using his reasonable degree of care, knowledge and skill, doctor will not be held liable for just because that something has went wrong. Thank you for watching me. This is Dr. Pallavi Gupta.